were stuck at home all last week. Might be feeling a little off balance, right? If you're anything like us, you lost like all perception of time and have no idea what's going on. So as we ease into a new work week, we have the fabulous Jayda Martin here to help us get back on track. Jayda, sister, welcome to the show. I am so excited to have this conversation. Again, time management, organization. It's so funny. I mean, last week we had all the time in the world.
Yeah.
And you would think I would have been super productive.
Right.
And Jayda, there was this weird mentality. I'm just going off script here to just show you my life. There was this weird mentality I had where, like, because I had so much time, I actually did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was so lazy. I have this theory that just like laziness kind of breeds laziness. I have to call it laziness. I mean, we were being restful. But like, it was because I was like, oh, I have all week to clean the fridge.
Yeah.
So I just won't. And then Sunday was here and I was like, I didn't do that at all.
Right.
Time management. What are your tips and tricks? You've got some great tools for us.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny that you say that, because like whenever we're all snowed in and we want to be cozy, it's so hard to be productive. And I think that's like the rhythm of nature, right? Like in the winter, bears hibernate and the ground stops producing as much. So our natural tendency is to really slip into that like stagnant state, but we still have things going on around us, right? And so, you know, I think when it comes to time management is really all about how you can manage your attention. It's attention management, right? And with so many things pulling for our attention at all times, whether that's kids, our job, our phones, the tendency to scroll, you know, I think it's all about how well can you manage all of those distractions. And so my number one tip for anybody struggling with time management is just first to take inventory of everything that is pulling for your attention and figure out which one of those things actually matter and which one can wait, because majority of the things that we spend time on are not urgent.
Yeah, and I think we talk to a lot about, again, writing those down. I think sometimes is super helpful, having an itemized list. You mentioned, again, prioritizing what needs to be done most and really kind of focusing on one thing at one time. You say that's most beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you know that actually 98% of the world cannot multitask? And I think that's hard, especially for
that 90%.
Yeah, it's actually hard, especially for women to, you know, say, because we like to, you know, say we can multitask, but we would actually do so much better if we just focus on one thing at a time. And again, prioritize the things that are high impact. And if you imagine your whole life is like glass balls up in the air, you just need to know which one cannot fall and which of the balls in the air are plastic, and those can fall sometimes and they'll be okay.
I need to be better about doing that, because again, another little, I'm just having, you know, my time here with Jayda, a little anecdote. I have noticed I do this thing. I will be typing an email, Jayda. I get distracted somehow on another task, and I come back and I'm like mid-sentence. I just stopped typing mid-sentence. And I'm like, what was I doing in that moment to not have wrapped it and clicked send? I'm like, Peyton Lee, what were you? I guess something happened, but it's so funny. I'll just see all these drafts and I'm like, okay, none of these were ever sent. That's terrible. But yes, one task at one time. And then with that too, again, kind of same idea, but organizational skills. I mean, again, you're a working mama at home. We want to stress. You've got babies running around. Do you allot certain times to or certain spaces? How can we just stay organized and again help that with time management as well?
I think the number one thing that people underestimate is taking time and planning to plan. If you can find 1 or 2 hours in your week where you can sit down, try to minimize the distractions and go, okay, let me prioritize, let me rank out all the things that I need to do this week, which one of them are going to make the most impact. If you can plan to plan, you'll be set up for success. And then whatever that looks like for you, use time management wherever you're actually already looking. So if you're already on your computer, use a digital planner. If you're already, you know, off a computer all day, use a paper planner. Put sticky notes on your fridge. Whatever you have to do to get what you need to be doing in front of your face where you're already looking. That's the big thing.
To someone who's overwhelmed this morning, they think, I try to stay focused and I'm just not, or I can't do it, or my kids are everywhere. Any just kind of final words of wisdom from you?
All it takes is one thing to win the day. That's what I say. Even if winning the day for you looks like just completing one thing, listening to one podcast, cleaning one room, whatever it is, just focus on whatever you can do to win that day.
Yes, sending my one email will be winning the day. I am not going to leave it in drafts and stop mid-sentence.
Absolutely.
Jayda, my friend, thank you again so much. We appreciate you coming on and helping us stay organized.